Welcome to English literature class, my dear students of class 10th. Now, you know that Act 2, Scene 2 is going on. Here, line number 75, the speech of Bassanio. Bassanio says, "So may the outward shows be least themselves. The world is still deceived with ornament." He says, external shows. Now he is going to select the right casket. So he is standing over there where the caskets are kept. He says, he thinks external shows has no real value. So may the outward shows be least themselves. External shows has no real value. Yet, he says, the world is still deceived with ornament. Yet the world is always misled, misguided by the outward show. In law, what plea so tainted and corrupt, but being seasoned with a gracious voice, obscures the show of evil? He says, in the law courts, a case which is most dishonest may be pleaded in a fine, eloquent voice, clear voice, to conceal the face of the evil, to hide the face of the evil. In religion, what damned error! But some sober bro will bless it and approve it with a tact, hiding the grossness with the fair ornament. He says, in religion what happens? Some pious looking person will commit a grave error, serious error, and justify it by quoting the scriptures, thus hiding the evil under sacred words. Under sacred words, there is no why so simple but assumes some mark of virtue on his outward parts. He says, even the most simple vice has some external resemblance to virtue. How many cowards whose hearts are all as false as stairs of sand, where yet upon their chins the beards of Hercules and frowning Mars. He says, how many cowards, timid persons with hearts as deceptive as a stairway of sand have beards like those of the god Hercules or the frowning Mars, who inward searched have livers white as milk. He says here, when such people are examined closely, they have cowardly livers as white as milk. They have cowardly livers. Inwardly they are covered. Their livers are covered. They are timid as white as milk. Their livers, the cowardly livers, as white as milk. But he says, and this assumes but valor's excrement to render them redoubted. He says, but they put on an external show of courage. They put on an external show, appearance, show of courage. They put on an external show of courage to make them seem hard to deal with. Externally, they show that they are very hard to deal with. They are very brave, they are very courageous. Look on beauty. He says here, look on beauty, and you shall see that is purchased by the weight. He says, when we examine beauty, we will see that the artificial beauty is purchased by weight. Purchased by weight means in a chemist shop. Beauty is purchased by, artificial beauty is purchased by weight. From where? In a chemist shop. Which therein works a miracle in nature. And those who wear most of this purchased beauty, those who wear most of this purchased beauty, that is makeup material, are, he says, which type of person are they? Which there works a miracle in nature, marking them a lightest that wear most of it. He says, those who wear of most this purchased beauty, makeup material, are lightest. They are lightest in character. Lightest in character. He says further, so are those crisp, snaky golden locks, which make such wanton gambols with the wind upon supposed fairness, often known to be the dowry of a second head. The skull that bred them in the sepulchre. He says, there are some people with the curly golden hair. They wear wigs which move playfully in the wind over a face. Supposed to be beautiful. However, in reality, they have taken their beautiful hair from another head. They have taken their beautiful hair from another head, and the skull on which the original hair grew. He says, so though crisp snaky golden locks, which make such wanton gambol with the wind upon supposed fairness, often known to be dowry of second head, the skull that bred them in the sepulchre, thus ornament is but the guided shore to a most dangerous sea. He says, when they wear the wigs which move playfully in the wind over a face, supposed to be beautiful, however, in reality, what is the reality? They have taken their beautiful hair from another head, and the skull on which the original hair grew is lying in the tomb. They are buried, is lying in the tomb. So outward adornments are treacherous shores to a dangerous sea. He says, thus ornament is but the guided shore to a most dangerous sea. He says, such type of, so outward adornments are treacherous shores to a dangerous sea. How? He says, the beauteous scarf veiling an Indian beauty. A lovely scarf covering a dark face. Covering a dark face. By lovely scarf, they cover a dark face, means concealing ugliness. They hide, they conceal ugliness. He says, in short, the seeming truth which cunning times put on to entrap the wisest. He says, in short, the false appearance of truth which the cunning people put on deceives even the wisest. Deceives even the wisest. So he says, therefore, thou gaudy gold, hard food for Midas, I will learn of thee. He says, O shining gold, O gaudy gold, which King Midas could not eat, I shall have nothing to do with you. I will not choose you. He says, I will none of thee, nor none of thee, thou pale and common drudge between man and man. Now he says, nor with you, O silver, pale and ordinary slave, a medium for exchange of money from man to man. But I choose, he says, but I choose. But thou meager lad, which rather threatenest than dost promise aught. Thy paleness moves me more than eloquence, and here choose I joy with the consequence. He says, but I choose you, O lad, of small value, meager value. You seem to threaten rather than promise anything. Your plain message moves me more than any eloquent words, clear words could do, and I choose you. May the result lead me to happiness. Portia says, how all the other passions fleet to air, as doubt, thoughts, and rash embraced despair, and shuddering fear and green-eyed jealousy. O love, be moderate. Allay thy ecstasy, in measure reign thy joy. Scant these excess, I feel too much thy blessing. Make it less, for fear I surfeit. Portia's speech here. Now may all other emotions vanish. When she looks that Bassanio is going to choose the correct casket, lead casket, she feels happiness and says, now may all other emotions vanish into the air, such as doubt, rashly conceived despair, trembling fear, and the green-colored jealousy. O love, be calm and reduce my excessive joy, ecstasy, excessive joy. I feel your blessings too strongly. Make it less, lest I suffer from excessive joy. And what Bassanio says, after that, you will study in my next video. Thank you so much.